Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at this. If you know about Spartan blades, it is probably through their fixed blades, but this is not a fixed blade. Way too small for that. This is a really, really cool knife we're going to look at here today. You guys are not going to want to miss it. The heck with it. I'm just going to give you a little teaser here. Whoa! Whoa! Wait, do you see this very special knife? And we're going to talk a little bit about Spartan blades. If you've never heard of them before, they make some really excellent knives. So yeah, hope to see you in the video. All right, welcome back to the fortified castle, fortified with knives like these. And thanks to all my viewers for watching, sharing, commenting, liking videos. I really appreciate it. And we're going to get right into this knife. I have a lot to say about it because we're going to look at this knife. We're going to compare it. That's why some other knives are on the table. We're also going to talk about Spartan blades in case you want to investigate them. By the way, I have no affiliation with these guys. So yeah, let's go ahead and look at it. All right, so I want to just show you this box here. We're going to talk about it in a little bit. It's a cool Spartan blade logo. You got Spartan Blades USA. You have Pineland Cutlery Division. What is that all about? I thought they were Spartan Blades. A little history of the two guys who founded this company, former Army Rangers. And then a little bit about what this knife is. So it's Spartan Blades Harsey Folder. We'll talk more about that. Who is Harsey? God and Country. It's 2021 special edition. So we'll pull this out. Spartan blades is a lot like Benchmade. They have 3 different styles of knife. Gold, silver edition, and bronze. Their gold being the premium edition. The silver is their mid-range knives, and the bronze is budget friendly. So what is budget friendly? Well, $295 is listed as a bronze knife. Now, I also saw one for $190. Pretty cool looking knife. That was made in Taiwan. So they do have Taiwan-made knives. But this knife and many of their knives are made in America. And man, look at that knife. So this is a teal green, maybe. I guess that's the best way to explain that. Teal green. Beautiful colors on this knife. And let's get the specs down first, and then we'll talk about the knife. All right, so I measured this at 4 from here to here at 4 7/8. So that's really good. A lot of big knives. This is a big knife. You know, are over 5 inches in their grip. So this is a little smaller, a little more manageable if you have medium hands. Let's pop her open here and get, should be about 8. Yeah, 8 7/8. So it's a 4-inch blade there, and it's going to be almost a 4-inch cutting edge on this blade because, yeah, 3 3/4 cutting edge. Look at that beautiful, beautiful blade. You know, I haven't even cleaned this up. I took it out, been looking at it. I haven't even cleaned it up, but yeah, beautiful design on that. Nice wedge here, drop point, ever so slight of a recurve right here, right in here. Yeah, you can pick it up if you're looking at it this way, but it's pretty much flat. Really feels good in hand, very good in hand. And you've got your finger twirl there, you've got one here, and then all of these. You have jimping right here, which works and is very hand friendly. And jimping on the bottom. Let's try it. Oh, wow, that's great. So the reverse grip on that is just fantastic. So in your pull grip, this upswing here is biting into my palm a little right there. So if you're pulling up, it's wanting to resist there a little. So you got a pretty deep, but you've got this nice angle here that puts off on there. Nice. So what you have here is all titanium. So the only thing that is not titanium on this knife is the pivot pin, which you have kind of a Michael Walker looking pivot pin there. That's stainless steel. And then you have, of course, this is in Magna Cut, advertised 59 to 61 HRC, which kind of makes me think a little bit, because on their blades, on their fixed blades, the HRC is 61 to 63. I don't know why they went a little lower on their folders. That's perplexes me. You got a good lock up there. It is a frame lock. You can see it's about 45%. We'll talk about that in a minute. There, look at that. Your attaching hardware, those are 8s, and this is a 15 actually. It's a really big pivot there. There's a look at your thumb stud right there. I really like this. And then you have some laser etching here. So this is all of this you can feel. So you have the eagle breast feathers here. You can feel that. You can feel the laser cuts. They're really deep in here on this. It says "for God and country." That's a epitaph that was often used to excite and motivate troops before they went into battle. For God and country, let's go kill them all. Yeah, so that's where that comes from. I trace that back to France. So during the French Revolution, that seems to be the first time that epitaph was used. But a lot of militaries will use it. It's kind of a patriotic thing. That's why I put it on there. Just absolutely gorgeous. You've got some gold leaf here. That's so you can tell the difference in the color between the bronze. These are anodized bronze attaching hardware. It is reversible. Your pocket clip right there, which is titanium. Really stiff pocket clip, really stiff. You can see here it's not too deep of a carry. And obviously most of the knife is in the pocket, but some of it's going to show. And a more than adequate lanyard hole. That's very nice. It doesn't get in the way of your offsets. You've got some anodized offsets there. I really like when you look over this, everything's chamfered nicely. Feels really good to hand, but as you look at this, you see these areas right here. So that is where you have some alternate bronzing type finishes going on here. You see it right there, and it gives it kind of a worn, distressed look, and I like that. Gives you that little worn look there, but it's not worn, obviously. Here's your backside frame lock. It does have a insert there in the lock. So this is not a these guys are all about the military. Let's just get into the Spartan company real quick. Well, you know what? I want to do some comparisons. All right, let's look at a comparison here. Really butter smooth action, but this is not a fidget knife. It's on phosphor bronze, so it is smooth, but it's not gonna roll back and forth like a bunch of knives. Here's your Almar 2020, and that's a big knife, and you can see it's comparable to that. Here is your Recon 1 from Cold Steel, actually a little bigger in hand, but otherwise very comparable in size. And then your AD 2020, 20.5 rather, AD 20.5, a little smaller than this. All of these are really comfortable knives. You're not going to get that kind of action out of this Harsey Folder here. Kind of like a Cold Steel, right? So Cold Steel, nice smooth action. You can flip it open pretty good. You can actually gravity flip it, but it's just not going to be a fidget knife. And that has a lot to do with what this knife is meant for. So these guys are former military. They design their knives for the military, police, and paramilitary type of contractors, that type of thing. And so it is very smooth, but it's not going to be drop shutty. And just pops right out there. These phosphor bronze, as they get polished, as you use these, it's going to pop right out there. One thing I noticed about this knife, when you slow roll it like this, okay, you have a weak lockup here. So lockup is different if you do that weak. Now maybe that'll wear in, I don't know. Kind of concerning to me about it, but I think it'll just wear in all right. And that's full lockup right there. So you do have front flipper availability right there if you're strong and good and young. I'm not any of those things, and so I can't use it, but I've seen other guys flip it out like that. Really, really nice knife. I like it. So Curtis Lovett and Mark Carey founded this company in 2008. They were retired Rangers. They set up in a barn. It would harken back to the Civil War, a Civil War barn in North Carolina, and started making knives. They were committed to making good knives. And I don't have one of their fixed blades, but they are highly acclaimed and very cool. There's a couple up there in the picture for you. They make a really, really good knife. These guys, in the short time that they've been making knives, have at least 12 different awards for designs and quality of their knives. So they just hit the ground and never stopped running. So in 2019, they merged with K-Bar. What? Yeah, may not know that, but yeah, they merged with K-Bar. That gave them a little more capital. I think they were able to do more stuff like this easier with that extra money, and it gave them access to markets, and I think probably was a good move for them. But kind of like what Kershaw did, right? So Kershaw bought ZT, uh, or merged with ZT, and then Kershaw's got a high-end knife, and I think that's what K-Bar was looking for too. And not only that, they've done some collaborations with K-Bar on their fixed blades. So this is called the Harsey Folder, okay, after Bill W. Harsey. Who is he? So if you haven't heard of him, he's actually was inducted into the Blade Hall of Fame. Bill Harsey. He's a custom knife maker who's done work with a lot of people, very well respected, and produces just awesome designs. Gerber used Bill Harsey to design their Applegate Fairburn designs. Chris Reeves have worked with Bill Harsey. They developed the LHR combat knife for Chris Reeves. Companies that have used them: Gerber, Chris Reeves, Lone Wolf, Ruger, CRT, among some others. And so, these guys got it going on. So let's talk about the bad. All right, so on the petty side is this box. So it's pretty, right? It's got some cool design features to it, but it's just a cardboard box. And this is an expensive knife. And so I'll show you a couple other examples. This is a Browse blade custom knife, and nice heavy duty box here. This comes with the tool to take the knife down. It came with the certificate of authenticity. This is one of 500 knives right here, just so you look. And half the price of this knife right here, and you get all this stuff. Is it kind of petty? Do you care? I don't think a lot of guys really care about the box. They'd rather have a knife cheaper than a fancy box. But I mean, that's really the point, isn't it? So this is a little Ziba knife that I bought, Michael Ziba, the fall of last year. And again, this knife is half the price of this. And you have this really nice box, certificate of authenticity, nice cleaning cloth that comes with the knife. This is a really nice knife too. This is a slip joint, by the way, if you hadn't seen this. Slip joint micarta, really nice. Look at how the liners are anodized. Beautiful. Half stop. All right. Anyhow, I mean, it's petty, but yeah, K-Bar, you need to do a little better than a cardboard box when people are laying out the money they're laying out for this knife right here. So the other thing is, I already mentioned, like when you open that knife up easy, it's just sometimes, it's just barely locking in there. You see it right there. It has an early lockup, maybe 12%. It's locked, but it's kind of concerning to me, So you just have to make sure that you lock that thing in there good. If you just open it normally, you're not going to have a problem with it. The other thing is, you have a really nice edge on here. Look at that. Very consistent. Not sure how they did it, but both sides, very consistent edge. And it is sharp, but it's not cutting hair sharp. And like from here to here, it may cut a few hairs, but from this point all the way to the tip, it doesn't. right? So I had to sharpen it up, and for the money you spend on this knife, you shouldn't have to do that. And you know, this knife right here, made in Taiwan, uh, just 25% of the cost of this knife here, and it's razor sharp. Came razor sharp. So all of these knives did. This Almar did, and that was produced in China. The cold steel, I mean, just razor sharp. So yeah, they need to work on that a little. The design is solid. It's a solid knife. It's built very well. You get some wonderful magna cut here. I would anticipate that they tempered this properly. I don't think you'll have to worry about that with these guys, but it could have been a little sharper. You get a flat grind there, comes down to the edge. Really nice edge, but just was not, hair popping sharp. See Bill Harsey's signature right there. Really cool. I like it. This is not really a grill knife for me, but it was up there and on the wish list to have a knife that has this kind of art on it. And you could see up there they do a lot on these Harsey folders, a lot of cool and different art that they put on those knives. And I was looking for a higher end knife. Chris Reeves, I'd like to get a Chris Reeve, but for actually less than a Chris Reeve, I have this with all this artwork on it that's just outstanding, as well as a knife, and it's functional. So, this is a really good knife. I'm not saying Chris Reeves aren't. That's not what I was saying. But yeah, that's my kind of high end knife example, I guess. I've got a bunch of them in that $200 range, and this is in the mid $1,000 range here. I think it was $550 is what this knife goes for. Some of these go for less. Also, if you don't like this high art on here, you can get just plain coverings on the titanium. Those are around $450. So yeah, so you can still get a pretty good knife for a little bit less if you don't want all the art on here, but the art is cool. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it informative. Go check out Spartan Blades, their website. They offer a lot of different knives. Some of them are pretty reasonable. They're producing some of their knives out of the U.S. That's another reason I wanted to get this, a U.S. made, folder. Yeah, you're going to pay for them. If you want a U.S. made folder, you're just going to pay more. All right, guys. Thanks again. I got to get out of here.